Shadow, and on this episode of FlexIT Girl, as per fan request, I'm going to talk about a stretch called the puppy pose. Now, most commonly found in yoga, but also found in gymnastics and acrobatics, the puppy pose is a really great way to stretch and open up your upper back and shoulders. Now, me personally, to warm up for the puppy pose, I like to hang on a pull-up bar. If you don't have a pull-up bar or you don't want to do that, you can also start with some shoulder rolls. So let's do some shoulder rolls forward. I would start with 10 to 20. You can throw your arms in there. You can do some arm rolls. And then same amount backwards. And then see if you can do some alternating shoulder rolls. So once you feel like you've got that down, we're ready to start. Now, the thing about puppy pose is that it's really important to keep your knees shoulder length apart, arms shoulder length apart, keep your elbows by your ears. The more properly you do the form and alignment of the puppy pose, the better stretch you will get. So the best thing for this stretch is to really hold it for 3 to 5 minutes so you can get the most out of it. If you feel like you have to come out, don't push yourself, definitely come out and take a break. So I'm going to demonstrate puppy pose for just a minute, and then I'll come out and talk a little bit more about the proper form for it. So again, we're going to start with knees shoulder length apart, hips over the knees, right angle right here, and then you're going to bend down and walk your hands out. So I'm really focusing on extending my shoulders, keeping my elbows straight, and keeping my fingers spread out and putting all the energy into my fingertips. So again, while you're doing puppy pose, it's super important that you spread out the fingers in each hand as far away from each other as possible. And that when you're doing this, you really put all the energy going through your arm and it's really spreading your fingers out and really pushing through your fingertips. The more you do this, the more you will feel it in your shoulders. I know that sounds a little weird, but if you do this in your fingertips and really focus on your fingertips, you'll feel the stretch more in your shoulders and upper back, which is what we're going toward. So let me do this one more time. This time really pay attention to the right angle that my thigh and my knee is making, and really pay attention to how I'm extending my fingertips and pushing through my fingertips in order to stretch my shoulders more. And I'll do it at a little bit of an angle this time so you can see better. Now, to come out of puppy pose, you can sit back into child's pose, which can provide a little bit of a stretch for your lower back, and you can walk your hands up. So again, puppy pose is really great for stretching your upper back and shoulders, but it's really super important that you don't have your arms wider this way, which can put unnecessary strain on your shoulder blades, and that you don't have your arms too close together with your hands together, because that also isn't right and is going to end up hurting you in the long run. So you want to make sure that everything is in line, equidistant, just shoulder length apart with your knees, with your elbows, with your hands. Really extend your fingers as much as possible. This will provide you the best stretch, and even though maybe you don't notice it at first, after a few minutes you will see how really focusing on and putting the emphasis through your fingertips will really help your shoulders and help the stretch in your shoulders. So this was my explanation of puppy pose. I hope this helped to the fans asking about it, and I will see you guys next time on FlexIT Girl.